All right guys, what's going on? So today I'm gonna show you guys two of my personal favorite changes that you can make in the interior that I think make the biggest difference for the least amount of money. And they definitely will increase the value of any vehicle you're working on. So the two things we're gonna be working on today are the carpet as well as the seat cover or seat in the 61 F250. Now, if you guys have watched some of the videos of me going through the interior, this thing is pretty trashed. It wasn't really well taken care of over its entire life, so it's not really the nicest thing on the inside. If I'm gonna work on a vehicle on the outside, I like the inside of it to look pretty nice as well, because that's a spot where you typically spend the most amount of time. So today what I got going on here is a carpet kit from stockinteriors.com. This guy ranged, I believe, about 170 bucks. This is just a basic nylon loop black carpet kit. This is pretty much identical to what's in my F100, my 71 short bed. We're gonna be doing pretty much the same thing in the 61, as well as a nice cheap little, this was about a $40 Amazon seat cover for a bench seat, which we'll throw over because I ripped it. I ripped the other one, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that thing on there. I think this combination will definitely set the truck off, because you guys got to keep in mind how much surface area is actually taking up by a carpet and a seat, and that's literally over half the cab. So just changing a carpet, putting a carpet in, and putting a nice seat or seat cover on your truck really will spice up the interior, make everything look really good. If you wipe everything down and detail it with just a rag and some cleaner, it'll come out phenomenal. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. Dang, dude, I can't get over how good this truck's coming out. I mean, look at the whole engine bay. There's a couple things I still gotta finish, but I'd say not too bad for a little bit of time and labor. All right, coming over the inside, we gotta work on this thing a little bit. As you can see, we started to kind of tear the carpet back. This was okay. I could live with this. This wasn't too bad, but this is a two-piece carpet, which I didn't really understand. Once I kind of pulled this back and I saw like this weird material in the dirt, I was just like, you know what, screw it. We're gonna take it all out. We're gonna vacuum as much as we can out of this thing, put a new setup in it, and go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this carpet in. This thing's been kind of chilling out in the sun for a little bit. The only thing that looks like it's gonna be kind of a bummer is I'm gonna have to cut the shifter holes, which is kind of annoying because they're already like stitched into here. So not really sure what I'm supposed to do about that. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna lay it out, see if it fits, and go from there. All right, so I think this will probably be one of the easier installs. This is just an Amazon seat cover. I pretty much just typed in bench seat cover on Amazon, and then I found one that actually coincidentally was the same style as bench seat, so I just put it all in, and we're gonna try it out. So I'm pretty sure you simply just pull it over and just tie it, or use some little clips. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing on, and it should look pretty good. Just done. Honestly, I thought it was gonna come out a lot better than this. It's I understand it's universals, but it's like, I don't know, it doesn't really fit really that great. But on the carpet, this is gonna be interesting. I'm just gonna rip all this stuff out because you can see all the dust. It's kind of gross, so I'm just gonna pull it back, see what we got. So really, for a first look at our floors, they're really not bad. There's a little bit of rot down here, a little bit more over there in that corner, but overall it really isn't much. I want to go ahead and vacuum all the stuff up so we can get a better look at the stuff. All right, not too bad. This section of the floor is really good. A little bit pitted towards the bottom. Not crazy about it. It's all right. There's no holes though. There's only a couple holes right here. This is, you can just get this door. This door has a few holes in it. But over here, no holes. A little bit of a hole right here, but there's a little bit of pitting, but there's no like rot that I see yet. It's all, I think, fixable. Better than I thought. I thought that there was going to be a complete like fat put your foot through it hole, so happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and test fit this carpet, see how it fits. I just want to take a second to acknowledge my amazing strip bolt remove habits for the heater box so I can get the carpet up further. The stud started spinning, so I grabbed the end of the threads to get the nut up to the front, and then switched and put the vice grips behind the nut, and then grabbed it so it didn't spin. So now, please focus, because I only have one hand. No, not gonna focus. Okay. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I did it. Oh my God. I can't even believe that. Give me this back. Oh no, that's gonna explode. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, I think it's officially time I get a haircut because I'm working on the truck. My hair's like doing this. All right guys, first impression on the carpet, came out pretty good. I'm not really stoked on the fitment though. I mean, it's tight right here as you can see as it goes up. It's super tall, like it's way too long. That's the bottom of the dash where it seals to the window. This thing goes all the way up to the top of the dash and it's touching the tank and nothing was cut. This is the only thing I just don't like about companies. They don't, you know, try to test fit anything. These holes weren't cut, had to cut those. Throttle hole was not cut, had to cut it. It wasn't even cut for the steering column, I had to cut that. I was like, really, the steering column? So I had to cut around that, and you can see it's too wide because it's flush here and it's up right there. As you can see, it folds up right there. So I have to cut it this way. I gotta cut it all the way across to fit the top because it doesn't fit very well on the top at all, as you can see. So I have a lot of trimming and fitting to do, which is gonna suck, and it's hot. It's like 94 out and in direct sunlight because I don't have a canopy. So I'm just gonna say screw it. I'm gonna wait a couple hours. I'm gonna do it during the night. So I'll come back when it's dark out. I can actually have motivation to film some of this stuff. Alright guys, so I got the heater box chilling right here. It's already out, so I went ahead and blew all the dust and dirt off. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just degrease it. Something super easy to go ahead and clean up while it's out. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a garden hose in here because you can see a little bit of mud kind of building up in there. So I wanna get all that dirt and grime out so it's not just circulating through the engine. And I know it's kind of eaten by rats in the bottom, but I'll probably shoot another coat of black over this just so it looks a little bit better because you can see the whole face of this in the truck. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray it down with a bunch of degreaser, let that all kind of chill and sit, wipe it all off, wipe it down. I wasn't showing any of that because my camera was facing the wrong way, so I'm sorry. But go ahead and let that chill, get all this junk and gunk off of it, and go ahead and shoot it with this stuff, the greatest paint ever because it's only $1 a can at Home Depot. Quick color. Throw some gloss black on it, we'll call it a day. Oh God, gosh, don't caught it, we're good. Okay, onward. Alright, so I couldn't contain myself and I pulled the carpet back to kind of expose the transmission and everything. Took the tunnel off here because I wanted to kind of figure out why there was so much transmission play while I was grinding so many gears. This is in gear right now, so you can see the movement back and forth and all the way up on the transmission side. You know, it translates to a lot of movement. So there's a roll pin in here that actuates the, I don't know the correct term for it, but basically how you go from which gate of gears you're picking. There's a kind of like a shaft that grabs that, and there's a roll pin that, you know, connects the shifter to that, and that is, I think the roll pin's either like halfway out or missing, or just not working very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this top cover off here, go ahead and put a new roll pin in it. We should have a tight shifter again. All right, so I think I'm wrong the whole time. For whatever reason, I thought this was an MP435. It's not, and the reason being is because, at least I believe this is right, the shifter is supposed to twist and pop off, kind of like a locking cap where you just push it down, twist it, and it comes off. This one unthreads. So that tells me it's probably a T18. Correct me if I'm wrong just looking at it. I'm pretty sure this is a T18. But anyways, besides the point, you can see what I was talking about with the roll pin. See the pin moving. That's what's going on in my shifter. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so you can see this thing slides out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the roll pin out of it. I need 2 hands to do it. Go ahead and pop it out, kind of inspect in there, get a new roll pin in that thing, and we should be good to go. All right guys, so I got the shifter out. I'm not any expert, but that doesn't really look factory, if you want to call it. I was like, wow, that's interesting. That's some freaking engineering. It's freaking custom with a capital K right there. Let's see if it'll focus. Just cut and welded on, I don't really know. And then you can see where my thumb is, it's welded again, right here. Not really sure what was going on here. I don't know if they're bang shifting it like me, trying to grab some gears and broke the shifter off and re-welded it, or what the heck was going on here. I don't know, maybe the shifter's not for this truck. But you can see here's the roll pin if I lay it out. Or drive pin. I think this isn't technically a roll pin, but still, you can see the wear on it, and it's like got a big indent in it. And if you put it in this spot, you can see how worn out this piece is right here. Well, what's going on is when this pin's sitting inside the transmission, it's going like this. So we got to eliminate this somehow. So I'm either going to get another pin or just weld this gap in right here and then regrind it to fit this pin. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get it fixed, get it back in the truck. All right, so I figured out what I'm gonna do for fix on this. So you can see my old pin and my new pin. These are basically 2 different sizes. So what I got here is a 1964 drill bit. This will vary between how much wear your shifter actually has, but you can kind of see versus this pin, if I drop this one in there, it has a ton of play here, and that's shifter play, and we don't want that. So if I put this drill bit in here, you can see it doesn't quite go in yet. It needs to be kind of hollowed out just a wee bit more to fit. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take a cutoff wheel or a grinder or something, go ahead and clearance this out a little bit just to where this piece slips in there. I'll cut it the same length as this, and I'll have my new pin, the shifter pin, and then on the transmission side, I'll go ahead and put something in there so the metal shavings don't fall, and basically hollow that hole out to a 1964. So that's actually the first thing I'll do before I waste this junk drill bit. Drill that hole out, go ahead and cut the back of it off, and then I'll have a new pin, and I should have a tight shifter. So now you guys can see what I was talking about. So this thing now has absolutely no play whatsoever, up and down. I mean, it's super tight. I can't even really get it in and out. That's how tight it is. You can see it barely goes in and out, which is what you want. So now I'll go ahead and I'll slot this on the shifter side, and then go ahead and cut the back of it off, and we'll have a nice pin to go ahead and tap in here. We should be able to finally find third. So here's our finished product. You can see there's absolutely no play in this thing anymore, side to side, which is what we want. It actually barely fits. I can't even really take it out actually. But hopefully I can basically, what I want to do is basically slide this thing in, get it to where it gets right up to there, and then I'll basically take, whatever solid object and just tap it right in just like that, and we'll be good to go. And then I will have absolutely no slop in the shifter anymore. So pretty happy with that. I ended up having to weld a little bit of material, which you can see, but everything came out pretty good, so I'm happy with that. Wow. Dang, look at that. First, second, third, fourth, reverse. Oh my God, that is so much better. Oh wow, look at that. And in gear, it doesn't move at all anymore. That is so cool. Oh my God, I am so happy now. I fixed stuff, woo! Damn. Look at that, that's neutral. In gear, this thing does not move. Look at that, barely any movement. Super nice, it's tight now. First gear, second gear, up and over to third, down to fourth, up and over to reverse. That is so much nicer. Heck yeah, look at that. Look at how tight that thing is now. Before it was flopping all over the place. Just goes to show, God, the exposure's stupid. Oh, I hit my head. Just goes to show that you can fix stuff if you try hard enough. All right, so before I lay the carpet in, I wanted to go ahead and restore this trim piece. This is what actually holds the carpet down in the corners. And you can see it's very, very pitted towards the edge here if my camera decides to focus. There it goes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a barrel sander on a drill and go ahead and actually just smooth all this pitting out. God, my camera does not want to focus today. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand that out all the way across. It's a lot better on this side of it. I don't know why. I mean, I think this is where you would kick it when you get out. I think this was on the driver's side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take it over to this Scotch-Brite pad I got from Cameron Niamela on primemx.com and go ahead and give this thing a nice brushed look. So here's our final product, interior. Super stoked with the way everything came out. It's all nice and clean. And the carpet, oh yeah. It's a little bit dirty. I still need to clean it one more time, but gosh, I'm so happy with the way it came out. It just makes everything look so much better. You know, and like I said, it's really cheap. The seat cover was only 40 bucks. Had it upside down earlier. Fun fact, I think you guys all saw that. Threw it on there upside down. I was like, why doesn't it fit? So, added a couple hog rings on the back to make sure it's all tight and it doesn't walk around as much. And then everything's tucked in as it should. But I thought it was really funny how this actually is the right color red and it matches. So I'm really happy with the way this came out. Seat cover looks good, sits flush up against the back of the cab. You know, headliner's still good in this thing. And then yeah, whole dash is all cleaned up. Shifter feels amazing. We'll show you that in another video. Of actually driving it. This thing is super solid now. You can just see the play in gear is non-existent compared to what it was. And I guarantee you I'm not gonna miss third anymore. So pretty happy with that. So coming over to the other side, we got all this trim redone. I went ahead and I like sanded, hand polished most of it, you know, what I could. I took it to a Scotch-Brite wheel on my bench grinder, and that went ahead and actually gave it a nice steel brushed finish. And it gives the carpet kit a nice contrast from inside to outside. And it goes really well with the seat cover and everything. Then the heater, we got all that repainted and cleaned up. Even though there's a big hole in the side of it, it still looks a lot better than it did. Just throwing a good coat of black over it, you know, just cleans the whole look of the truck up, as well as the rest of the interior. You know, I'm just super pumped with the way this thing came out so far. It's just a nice, clean truck now. I mean, it's not perfect. You can see the blue spots all over the place, but like, it's not bad. It really is not bad. I'm super stoked with this thing. I would drive this thing all over the place. Alright, so I hope you guys are stoked. I really am happy with the way the interior came out, and that only costed me $40 for the seat cover. That was on Amazon. It's just a bench seat cover, and then the carpet kit was, I think, 170 shipped-ish, somewhere around there. So I mean, all in all, you're like just over 200 bucks to completely, you know, aesthetically redo your interior, you know, and just spray paint a couple things and it comes out really good. You know, I did a very similar thing in my F100 behind me. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you did enjoy, share it with a friend, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video with this truck. Bye guys.